All right, hello baseball fans and welcome to beautiful Veterans Memorial Park right here in Little Falls for tonight's perfect game collegiate baseball league matchup between the Glens Falls Dragons and the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. The Dragons enter tonight's game in 5th place in the East Division with a record of 6-10, and they are 4-6 in their last 10. The Dogs are in 2nd place in the East Division with a record of 14-5, and they are 7-3 in their last 10.
Virginia, who will be throwing out tonight's ceremonial first pitch. Joining Ethan are the birthday boys tonight, Jace Buchek and Owen Woolner.
There they are. There's my friends, Owen and Jake. Owen just turned 11, and Jake just turned 13, and look at that. Fired it right down the middle. Nice job, kid.
We're going to sign him up for a contract. We're waiting for number 2 here.
There we go. Let's see if we can make it 2 for 2. There you go. Nice pitch. All
right. We'll sign him up as well. Let's see if we can get one more pitcher on the roster by the end of the night here. And wind up and another good pitch. So we're going to sign all 3 of those boys up. And it's Ethan, Jace, and Owen. Happy birthday to the guys who are having birthdays, and good job on the first pitch. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you please join me in an old age tradition of yelling play ball. On the field of tonight's Play Ball Kids, sponsored by ICANN. Okay, kids, on the count of 3, we're going to yell play ball. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Great job, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the City of Little Falls, Mayor Mark Blanks, the Little Falls Common Council, and the entire DiamondDawgs family, we thank you for being the best baseball fans in the entire Mohawk Valley.
And warming up is tonight's starting pitcher for the DiamondDawgs, Colin Ruddy. He is coming to us from George Washington University. He's got a record of 1-1 with an ERA of 3.
This season, the first is strikeout the side. Dogs pitcher strikes out the first 3 batters he faces in the specified inning. One lucky participant in attendance will win a spectacular prize. We also have the triple play inning. With the triple play inning promotion, one lucky fan will be rewarded for outstanding defense. Dogs managed to pull a triple play, get 3 outs in 1 play.
And folks, it looks like the clouds have passed us by. Hopefully we're going to be able to get this whole game in. It was getting the sky was getting a little dark earlier. We were getting a little nervous, getting a little bit of drizzle of rain, but you know what? It's cleared up. The lights are coming on. The sky looks like it's blue, and we're getting ready for some baseball here in Little Falls.
The promotion for 2023 is our Grand Slam game. DiamondDawgs slugger hits the Grand Slam in the game. One lucky winner.
And it looks like the umpire wants to get this game underway.
Glens Falls is the center fielder number 3 from Atlantis College, Art Moreno.
And the center fielder for Glens Falls digs in to lead off. His name is Art Moreno. He comes to us from Atlantis College. The pitcher toes the rubber, and we are getting ready to start. And the first pitch from Ruddy is popped out to center field. And there we go, 1 down. All right, makes the catch.
Any kids that like to participate in the water balloon toss, please report to the first base dugout. Any kids would.
All right, 1 pitch, 1 out. You can't get a much better start than that, I'll tell you that. So
now batting the left fielder number 4, from New College of Florida, Michael Maglacka.
But Erica digs in. He's a right-hander. And strike 1 from Ruddy right down the middle. All right. Counts 0-1. Here's the pitch on a swing and a miss. That counts 0-2. Real good start here for Ruddy tonight. We got 1 out and a count of 0-2. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he called it on the corner. Punched him out. Strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. No runs so far in the first inning.
From Bryant Stratton College, Odilio Cespedes.
All right, Odilio Cespedes takes the batter's box here. The left-hander digs in. And here's the pitch. He did call it. A little delayed call by the umpire, but a call nonetheless. It's 1 strike. And here we go. Toes the rubber, and here's the pitch. A little low and inside. Ball 1. Count of 1-1. ready for the pitch. Here it comes. And foul ball down the first baseline. Counts 1-2.
Kids, don't forget, water
Like I said,
balloon
Ruddy's
toss
off to a
coming
really
up.
good
If you
start
want to
tonight.
participate, please report to the first base dugout.
And here's the pitch. Cracked into right field. That's going down the line. That could go for 2. It will 2. Cespedes runs first, heads for second. He's digging. He's going to go for 3. And the throw back into the infield, and it's a stand-up triple for Cespedes. Well, folks, now the Dragons have got a scoring threat. 2 outs. They got a runner on third. And coming to the plate from Colby College is their designated hitter, Ryan Grace. He's a left-hander as well. All right, so let's see what they can do with this threat. From the stretch, ooh, Cespedes taking a nice big lead. He was thinking about stealing home there. And there's a pop out into a little flare, going to head into foul territory on the left side and lands harmlessly for strike 1.
Missed it by that much.
All right, well, let's see. Ruddy's got something to deal with now. Let's see how he does. He's, like I said, he's in the stretch. He's got a count of 0-1. And here's the pitch. Ball gets away, but nonetheless, Cespedes stays put at third. Pitch was in the dirt. Ball 1. The count is 1-1. There's a nice stop by Huckman there, the catcher. And here's the pitch. Through the middle. Oh, knocked down, but not enough. The runner will reach first base, and the Dragons put the first run on the board as Cespedes cross home plate.
Coming to the plate, the second baseman, number 39 from Bryant and Stratton College, Johan Sandoval.
All right, Johan Sandoval, their second baseman, comes to the plate. He's a right-hander. He's got a runner on first base. There's 2 outs, 1-0 Dragons. Ruddy's still in the stretch. Looks over, checks the runner. And he elects not to check him. He throws to the plate. Ball 1, low. All right, so here we go. You got a force play at second available. And, of course, over at first, if we can get a ground ball into the infield. And here's the pitch. Strike, swing and a miss. A count of 1-1. Checks the runner over at first. Looks down to the catcher for the sign. And here's the pitch. Strike 2, swing and a miss. All right, 1-2. Let's see if Ruddy can get out of this. He looks in for the sign, checks the runner, toes the rubber. And here's the pitch. Called him out on strikes. Got the corner of the plate, and that is it. All right, going into the middle of the first inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. And the score is the Dragons 1, and your Dogs are coming to the plate.
At Price Chopper and Market 32, we want to help you shop smart to get the best quality and value for you and your family. That's why we created
More ways to save.
Just Use Your Advantage card to save your way with weekly specials, price chops, lowdowns, stock-up savings, fair to compare, and Advantage rewards. Now that's smart shopping. More ways to save at Price Chopper and Market 32.
Diamond Dogs, the left fielder, number 23, from the University of New Haven, Owen Vincent.
All right, and we are back for the bottom of the first inning. Your Dogs are coming up to the plate against right-hander Billy Cannell, who's pitching for the Dragons tonight. He's a right-hander out of Lemoyne University. All right, digging in is Owen Vincent. He is your left fielder for the Diamond Dogs. He's a right-hander, and he's waiting for the pitch, and here it comes. Just a little bit inside, ball one. All right, so let's see what we can do here, Dogs. Let's see if we can get some runs, get back on the board. Cannell looks in. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball over to third baseman. He picks it up, fires across the diamond, and gets him over at first base. 1 out. All right. Coming up now.
From the University of Southern Florida, Jaden Ross.
Jaden Ross comes to the plate for the Dogs now. He's coming to us from the University of Southern Florida. He is their center fielder. He's also a right-hander as well. Ross digs in. Stretches out a little bit before he digs in further. There you go. All right, now he's ready to go. Cannell looks in. Here's the pitch. Well, breaking ball to the shortstop, a ground ball. Fires across the diamond. Misses. Oh, a wild pitch or wild throw. Ooh, there was a collision over there at first base. Ross is going to stay put at first base. We may have an injured player here, folks. Yeah, they collided as they were going for the bag. The ball was overthrown. There was no chance for him to catch that. Looks like he's up and he's okay, so that's a good sign. All right. That's Joe Harwood, by the way, the first baseman for
Coming to the plate, the
Dragons.
designated hitter number 17 from Carson Newman University, Mitchell Valiant.
All right, Mitchell Valiant coming to the plate.
Mark Duransky.
Yeah. All right, Mark Duransky is digging in. Sorry, we had a little mix-up here on the.
No, that is. That's Mitchell Bell.
Yeah, well, we got Mark Duransky. Mitchell Bell. Okay, well, sorry about that. We had a little mix-up here on the scorecard. No big deal. Live TV, folks. It happens. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Mitchell Bell is having one heck of a year. He's batting .394 so far. He digs in with a runner on first, and we've already had one pitch while I was talking. That was a strike. Here's the pitch again, and it's fouled off to the first base side. Count is 0-2, like I said. Mitch is having a great season so far. He's been a real catalyst for the Diamond Dogs. All right, well, let's see. They're going to need a base hit out of him now. Count is 0-2. Here's the pitch. Now inside. Ball gets away a little bit, but he stays with it. Runner doesn't go anywhere. We got a count of 1-2. I'll tell you, Cannell's working pretty fast today. One of those fast-working pitchers, which, well, I'll tell you what, with rain in the area, keep working fast, my friend, because we want to get this game in. All right. And here's the pitch on a 1-2 count. Flares it off into right field. The catch is, oh, he dropped it. Oh, he didn't hang on to it. Something fell out of his, something fell out of his pocket there. I'm sorry, I mistook it for the ball. It's kind of hard to tell from this vantage point, but he did make the catch. Ross stays at first base. There's one out. Sebastian Muller now coming to the plate for the Dogs. He is their first baseman. He is coming to us from Quinnipiac University, and he's a left-hander as well. Let's see what he can do. All right, Cannell looks over, checks the runner. Chooses not to throw it and throws instead a breaking ball for a strike. Strike one. Tell you, that started way out and broke right back to the center of the plate. So, let's see. He checks the runner again. Goes into his windup. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Got a count of 0-2. There is 2 outs, too, as well, folks. So, all right. Ross takes his lead off first base. Now takes a look. And here's the pitch. Ross is going, but it's a swing and a miss. Does not matter. Strike 3. Inning is over. All right. No runs for the Dogs. They got one hit, and at the end of one inning, it is the Glens Falls Dragons 1, the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs nothing. We will be back after this commercial break.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gym shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime.
All right, and we are back for the top of the second. With the score 1-0 Glens Falls.
33 from Bryant and Stratton University, Joe Harwood.
Joe Harwood leads off. He's their first baseman. He's a left-hander. He's coming to us from Bryant Stratton University. And Colin Ruddy looks in. He's getting ready to deliver that first pitch. Toes the rubber, goes into his windup, and here's the pitch. And he got the corner, strike one. Count his own 1. All right, he wants to move a little bit fast here today too, so that's a good sign. It's a real good sign. And here is the pitch, and popped up into the left field, going to drift out, foul, out of play. All right, so we got a count of 0-2. Ruddy's got something to work with now here. Let's see what he can do. All right, he toes the rubber, looks into the catcher. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Got him on 3 straight pitches. That's 1 out for the Dogs. It's a good start for Colin Ruddy right there. All right.
Now batting the third baseman, number 18 from Coker University, Nick Marola.
Nick Marola, number 18, the third baseman for the Dragons, digs in. He's coming to us from Coker University. He's a right-hander as well. All right, Ruddy looks in. Here's the pitch. And a little high, ball 1. Counts 1-0. 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Ruddy looks in. And here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And that 2 is a little high. Count goes to 2-0. Well, the good news is the Dragons have no runners on base, so we got 1 out here. Count of 2-0 in the top of the second inning. As Ruddy looks in, he gets the signal. He goes into his windup. Here's the pitch, and umpire thought that was a little high too. 3-0. So we'll see. We'll see if they give him the green light here to swing, or if he's just going to be taken all the way. A 3-0 count with 1 out, or 3-0 count with 1 out. I'm sorry. So it's going to be entirely up to them. Here's the pitch. He held him up, and it's right down the middle. Strike 1. Got a count of 3-1 here. Ruddy looks in. They're trying to figure out what they want to do signal-wise. They got that down pat now. He toes the rubber. He looks in, goes into his windup, and here's the pitch. And that is popped up high. The third baseman is under it. And there you go. There you go. Third baseman Sam Miller makes the catch. And it's 2 outs.
Now batting the catcher, number 14 from Stevenson University, Noah Jolly.
All right. Noah Jolly comes up to the plate. He's a right-hander. He's the catcher for the Dragons. And he's from Stevenson University, which is down in Pennsylvania. So Ruddy looks in. Digs in. Goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. And he got the corner. Nice pitch. Strike 1. All right. Well, he's got 2 outs. He's got 1 strike. So let's see if he can get out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Nice pitch. Oh, breaking ball there. He got him swinging. All right. Strike 2. count is 0-2, 2 outs, no runners aboard. One more strike, and the Dogs will be up to plate. Looks in for the signal. Goes into his windup. Here's the pitch, and a little in the dirt, and that's a ball. All one. All right, so the count's 1-2 with 2 outs in the top of the second. No runners aboard. Looks in for the pitch. He's into his windup, and here's the pitch. Fouled off behind us, way behind us, over into the tennis courts, it looks like. And there they go. The kids are going to go running for that foul ball like they always do down here. It's always fun to watch them go after that. All right, so we still got a count of 1-2 with 2 outs, no runners aboard. Top of the second inning. And here's the pitch. Strike 3. Got him swinging. All right, good piece of work there by Ruddy. And that's it, folks, for the top of the second inning. No hits, no runs. And we will go to the bottom of the second with the score 1-0 Glens Falls. The DiamondDawgs will be coming to bat.
For Mohawk Valley.
All right,
The
we are
third baseman,
back.
number 15 from Columbia University, Sam Miller.
In the bottom of the second, Sam Muller comes to the plate for the DiamondDawgs. Sam is the third baseman, and he's coming to us from Columbia University. Right down there in New York City, he's a right-hander. And here's the pitch from Billy Cannell, and he misses inside, ball 1. All right, folks. Well, we're in the bottom of the second. The score is 1-0. We have a 1-0 count. And here's the pitch. Boy, he likes those breaking balls, I'll tell you that. And he missed on that one inside 2. That's ball 2. The count is 2-0. No outs, no runners aboard. And here's the pitch. And he missed outside. Will look to be a fastball. That's 3-0. Now we will see if Miller gets the hold sign. Count of 3-0. Here's the pitch. He did get the hold sign right down the pipe. That's a strike. The count is 3-1. And like I said, Billy's working fast here on the mound. So here's the pitch already. And oh boy, did he get a hold of that one. That is going into the left center field, and it's into the gap to the wall. Miller rounds first. He's heading to second. The center fielder's down. Miller goes around third. They're going to hold him up at third with a stand-up triple. We potentially have an out. He got up, it looks like. Thank goodness. You never want to see anybody get injured. But that is a leadoff triple. Puts a runner on third for the Dogs with no outs. Puts themselves in a real good position here. And Justin Hackett is coming to the bat. He is the shortstop for the Dogs. He's coming to us from Bryant University. He's a right-hander as well. Oh, it looks like we may have a substitution here. Let's see what's going on.
Now batting for the DiamondDawgs, this
Nope,
shortstop
not at
number
all.
25
All right, good.
from Bryant
Good.
University, Justin Hackett.
All right, so here we are. Runner on third base for the Dawgs, no outs. Justin Hackett's got a golden RBI opportunity here. Billy Cannell looks around his teammates, takes a breather for a second, collects his bearings, and he's getting ready. He toes the rubber. He's in the stretch now because he's got a runner on third. Looks over at that runner on third, does not check him, delivers the pitch, and it's strike one on the outside corner. All right, so we got a count of 0-1. No outs. Runner on third for the Dawgs. Like I said, a golden opportunity here. A little flare down the first base line. First baseman makes the play, but the runner scores, and the Dawgs have tied the game. Hackett's going to get an RBI out of that. All right, 1 out. No runners aboard, but we do have a tie game.
From St. Bonaventure University, Mark Duraski.
And Mark Duraski, the right fielder for the DiamondDawgs, comes to the plate. He's a right-hander. He's out of St. Bonaventure University, the Bonnies. And here's the pitch from Cannell, and he rips that one into left field for a single. And the Dawgs have got another runner aboard. Rounds first, takes a look, but he holds up as the ball comes back into the infield.
Coming to the plate for
And folks, all of a sudden,
catcher number 13 from Towson University, Brian Hackelman.
Brian Hackelman, the catcher for the Dawgs, he's up to the plate now. He's a right-hander. He's got a runner on first. There's 1 out. 1 out. The score is tied at 1. And I'll tell you, folks, now the Dawgs are cooking with oil. Let's see what they can do. A pitch is outside, misses. It's 1-0. All right, so Cannell now looks like he's got a little turbulence to deal with. He goes into the stretches. He's got a runner on first base. Looks over at the runner. Let's see if he's going to check him. He's thinking about it, but he does not. He delivers the pitch, and again, that's outside. Knocked down by the catcher. Nice play there. And the count is 2-0. All right, so we got a tie game at 1. The count is 2-0. We have 1 out on the board. From the stretch, here's the pitch from Cannell. Ooh, and it's off into the right field bleachers. That's not going to be playable. That's a foul ball. Oh, that made it to the tennis courts, and there goes the kids after it again. All right, they like to see it. All right, so the count is 2-1. 1 out, runner on first. Score is tied at 1. He looks in. Here's the pitch, and the umpire said it's a little inside. All right. The count's 3-1 now. Ackerman's got a hitter's count. He's got a runner on first base, and we got 1 out. Cannell looks over. He takes a little look at him, and he goes into his windup and throws the pitch instead, and he walks Hackelman. So now the Dawgs have got runners on first and second. You got a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Coming to the plate for your DiamondDawgs is the second baseman number 7 from Stonehill College, Ethan Valdez.
Ethan Valdez is coming to the plate for the Dawgs. Coming to us from Stonehill College. And Ethan, by the way, is the Dawgs' second baseman. He's a left-hander, and they're going to have a little conference at the mound, Glens Falls is, because what was a good first inning for Cannell is all of a sudden turning into a semi-nightmare anyway. We'll see if the Dawgs can make it a complete nightmare. You got runners on first and second. You got 1 out. You got a tie score of 1. And while they're talking, we'll do a little summary here. The Dragons have got 2 hits. The Dawgs have got 3. Neither team has committed any errors. And the umpire comes out to the mound. He says, all right, let's break this up, fellas. Let's get back to baseball. Everybody wants to see us play ball, so that's what we're going to do. All right. The formalities are over. Catcher's making his way back behind the plate, as is the umpire. And everybody's getting ready for that pitch. All right, like I said, the Dawgs have got runners on first and second. 1 out. All right, so here you go. Here we go. Cannell into his windup. Oh, they're going to do it. They're stealing. This double steal. Lays down the ball. Oh, what a play. There's going to be no play. Bases are loaded. Bases are loaded. Oh, boy. 1 out. Bases loaded for the Dawgs.
Coming to the plate for your DiamondDawgs, the left fielder number 23 from the University of New Haven, Owen Pinsent.
And Owen Pinsent from the University of New Haven digs in for the Dawgs. The right-hander has got a glorious opportunity here to get some RBIs. We got 1 out, bases loaded.
So even though my screen is completely frozen right now.
Here's the pitch, and the umpire said he got the corner, strike 1. All right, the count's 0-1. Bases are juiced, 1 out, tie score at 1. We're in the bottom of the second inning here. All right, and Canal delivers the pitch. And the ump said he got that one too. That's strike 2. He said he got the corner. All right, so we got some work to do here. Pinson waits for the pitch from Canal. He goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. And he rips that one down the left field line. They're not going to – oh, it curls foul. Boy, I tell you, that looked good at first. I thought that was going to go for extra bases, but she tailed off at the end, and it's a foul ball at the end of the day. All right, we got a count of 0-2, 1 out. Bases are loaded for the Dogs. We got a tie score of 1. All right, Pinson gets back to the mound. I'm sorry, Canal gets back to the mound. Pinson digs in, and he's looking in for his signal. There it is. He's going to go into his windup. Here's the pitch. Oh, he took a swing, and that could be 2. The second baseman over to, and they did. They finished off the double play. They got out of the inning with just giving up 1 run. However, that 1 run does tie the score. The Dogs now have a total of 4 hits, so we've got a tie score at 1 at the end of 2 innings. We will be back after this commercial break.
Everyone deserves to be cared for and to live well.
At Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, that's why we're here.
From new plans that make great coverage more accessible and affordable,
To starting conversations about mental health.
and long-standing inequities,
We're moving beyond what you'd expect from us.
and broadening the very definition of health coverage. Because when we do that, everybody benefits.
As your family starts to grow, so will your priorities. And sometimes finances can be difficult. You need local experts with resources that offer personalized products and services that guide you through life's changes. Whether you're starting out or need money-saving solutions, GPO is here for your family's needs.
All right, and we are back here for the top of the 3rd inning. We got a tie score, 1-1. And so far, Ruddy has got 4 strikeouts. He's really rolling, folks. He's going to be facing Luke Tabasco, who is the DH. He's coming to us from Drew University. He's a left-hander. And Colin Ruddy digs in, delivers the pitch. And Tabasco fouls that off down the left field line. Strike 1. All right. So, like I said, we got a tie score. We got a count of 0-1, no outs. And the bases are, of course, empty as he is the leadoff batter. Here's the pitch. Little high, the umpire says. And we got ball 1, so the count is 1-1. Pretty good ball game we got going here so far tonight. And, boy, I tell you, it's nice to see that sun coming out, too, after all those dark clouds we had earlier. Ruddy digs in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. All right, we got a count of 1-2 right now with no outs. One more strike, and he picks up his 5th strikeout of the game. Send to Heckman for the signal. Into his stretch. Here comes the windup and the pitch, and fouled off into the third base stands. Bounces over the fence and into the woods. And I'm sure we're going to be having a couple more kids going after that one, too, because that's a favorite pastime down here at Vets Park for the kids to go after those foul balls that roll off into either the tennis courts or into the woods. All right, we're back to the game. Count of 1-2. Ruddy looks in. He's waiting for his signal. And the umpire calls timeout. All right, so we're going to take a quick second here to everybody collect their wits And we're digging back into the batter's box, and we're getting ready to go again. All right, Ruddy looks in. He goes into his stretch. Settles himself. Here's his windup and the pitch. Strike 3 on a swing and a miss. 1 out. That is Ruddy's 5th strikeout of the game. All right, coming up next is the shortstop, Alex Sandell. He's goes to the College of the Holy Cross.
Alex Sandell.
He's a right-hander as well. And now we got 1 out, no runners aboard, and a tie ball game at 1. All right. Already looking in, waiting for his signal. There it is. He goes into his stretch. Here's the pitch, and umpire says that was a little low and outside. Ball 1. Got a count of 1-0. No runners aboard, by the way. 1 out, tie score 1, top of the 3rd. All right, Ruddy's right back into his stretch. He wants to get right back to work. Here's the pitch, and the ump says that was right there. Strike 1, called strike. All right, so we got a count of 1-1. We got 1 out, and we got a score of 1-1. So ones are wild here at Vets Park right now in the top of the 3rd. All right, right back to the stretch. Boy, you know, when you get into a rhythm like that, you want to keep throwing. That's just exactly what he does. They did call it. They called it. All right, strike 2. Little delayed reaction there, but that's okay. We'll take that. The count of 1-2 and 1 out, no runners aboard. Ruddy's looking for his 6th strikeout here. Let's see if he can get it. He's in his stretch. He goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's his 6th strikeout of the game. Impressive start so far for Colin Ruddy. And there's 2 outs in the top of the 3rd here. No runners aboard. Tie score of 1. All right, and coming up to the plate is the leadoff hitter, Eric Marino, from the Atlantis University. He's the center fielder for the Dragons. Ruddy looks in. Here's the pitch. Marino takes, and it's a strike. Strike 1 right down the middle. Count is 0-1. Boy, he is cooking right now, folks, I tell you. Looking in, he's waiting for his signal. Shakes off 1, shakes off 2. Wow, he likes what he sees now. Gets into his stretch. Digs in. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball. And almost right off the bat, so to speak, he's up in this count 0-2. He's got 2 outs, no runners aboard, 1-1 in the top of the 3rd. 1 more strike, and we will be going to the middle of the 3rd. Ruddy goes into his stretch. He looks in. Here's the pitch. And a little outside, the umpire says, ball 1. So we got a count of 1-2, folks. No runners aboard. 2 outs. Tie score at 1. Ruddy into his stretch. He looks in, gets comfortable. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 right down the middle. Called strike 3, and that's strikeout number 7 for Colin Ruddy. What an impressive inning that was as he strikes out the side. And, folks, we have got a tie ball game at 1 going into the bottom of the 3rd. Your DiamondDawgs are coming up to bat, and we will be right back.
Fans, if you're looking for that perfect vet for your animal, the DiamondDawgs suggest checking out the Herkimer Veterinary Associates. We send all of our dogs there, and they are treated with kindness, compassion, and tremendous care. Herkimer Veterinary Associates is a full-service veterinary facility located in Herkimer. The professional and courteous staff at Herkimer Veterinary Associates provides the best possible medical, surgical, and dental care for all your animals. Stop in and see them. Tell them the DiamondDawgs sent you. The fine folks at ARC Herkimer give people with developmental, psychological, and physical challenges many opportunities, such as attending individualized classes, working in a supported vocational setting or the community, participating in programming at a senior center, and volunteering in the community, among many others. Since the very beginning and continuing today, ARC Herkimer continually strives to be the premier provider of innovative and quality services for people with developmental challenges and others in the community. Thank you, ARC Herkimer, for all you are doing to make our community better.
CBL Eastern Division Player of the Week. The center fielder number 12 from the University of Southern Florida, Jaden Ross.
Jaden Ross digs in. I'm not sure if you heard our public address announcement, but he is the Player of the Week for the BGCPL. He is the center fielder, and let's see what he can do. We're at the bottom of the third, folks. We got a tie ball game at 1, and your Dogs are at the plate. Billy Cannell is still in the game. He delivers a pitch, and it's outside. Ball 1. All right, well, the Dogs had a fantastic bottom of the second inning. Let's see if they can continue this offensive barrage, so to speak. Here's the pitch. It was a little breaking ball. Strike 1. He got the middle and the corner of the plate. It was a nice pitch. All right, so we got a count of 1-1. No outs, no runners aboard. Tie ball game at 1, bottom of the third. And here's the pitch. A little chopper, and Cannell is going to play that. Underhanded over to the first baseman for the out. 1 out as Ross could not like that one out.
Number 17 from Carson Newman University, Mitchell Valiant.
Mitchell Valiant comes to the plate now. He's the Dogs' designated hitter tonight. I think I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. I'm going to say it again. He's hitting .394 so far this year, just having a fantastic season. The right-hander digs in, and Billy Cannell looks like he wants to get that pitch thrown, which he does. He's into his windup already. And the pitch, a little bit inside. Boy, that came back. It looked like it was heading right for Mitch, but it came back. It avoided him, but it also avoided the strike zone. We got a count of 1-0. Like I said, Cannell likes to work fast here, so here's the pitch already. And he got a hold of that one. It's going into right field. The right fielder drifts back, makes the play, catches that pop fly out there in right field for the out. 2 outs for the DiamondDawgs.
Number 35 from Quinnipiac University, Sebastian Muller.
And here comes Sebastian Muller. He's the Dogs' first baseman. Number 35, he's from Quinnipiac University, the Quinnipiac Bobcats, who, by the way, their men's hockey team won the NCAA championship this past season. But we're talking about baseball and not hockey, and the right-hander digs in. He waits for the pitch from Cannell. And right down the middle, he takes it, strike 1. All right, like I said, you're not going to get much of a chance to catch your breath when Billy Cannell is on the mound because he likes to work fast. And here's the pitch already, little bit outside. The umpire says no, and we have a count of 1-1 with 2 outs, no runners aboard, and a tie score of 1 in the bottom of the third. And here's the pitch right into center field. He makes the play on the line drive, catches that ball for out number 3, and the Dogs go down in order. All right, so at the end of 3, we got a tie score at 1. Coming back for the top of the 4th as soon as we take this commercial break.
If you are looking for some shopping and dining, head on over to Canal Place, where you will find quaint shops, galleries, restaurants, and inns situated in the old mill buildings and storefronts along the waterfront of Canal Place. They've become known as the happening place for the arts in the Mohawk Valley. Not so long ago, many of these buildings were working mills serving the garment industry. Even today, after conversion to service retail space, many of these rugged but lovely structures speak to our great regional manufacturing heritage. If you're looking for fine arts, entertainment, or antiques, you simply must pay a visit to Canal Place.
All right, and we are back for your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs broadcast here in the top of the 4th inning with a tie score of 1. As Colin Ruddy finishes up his warm-ups, I tell you, he's rolling, folks. He's got 7 strikeouts on the game so far. Coming up to the plate for the Dragons is the left fielder, Michael Magliacca. And looking at that scoreboard out there right now, the Dragons have 2 hits off Ruddy, while the Dogs have 4 hits. All right, so here we go. Top of the 4th inning. Ruddy looks in. He gets ready to get into his windup. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And swinging him at strike 1. Tell you, that's becoming a common theme, saying strike after Colin Ruddy's delivering a pitch tonight because he is rolling, folks. We got a count of 0-1. And he's already delivering that next pitch. Umpire says that was on the corner. Strike 2. We got a count of 0-2. No outs. Top of the 4th. Score tied at 1. I tell you, Ruddy is really, really rolling, like I said. With a count of 0-2, he's got a chance for his 8th strikeout, but the umpire says timeout as Maglio steps out of the plate. Or, I'm sorry, steps out of the box. But he's back in and he's ready to go. And here's the pitch. Flares one off to the right side. That's going to go foul. Nobody's going to get that one. We still got a count of 0-2. No outs, no runners aboard here in the top of the 4th. We got a wind that appears to be blowing in now. Indications from the flag in center field or anything. So we got a wind to work with as well. All right, here's the pitch from Ruddy. That's popped up, goes right behind us, actually. I lost track of that ball. That's going to end up on Burwell Street somewhere. So I hope nobody's car got in the way of that one. All right, we still got a count of 0-2, folks. No outs, no runners aboard in the top of the 4th. Score tied at 1. Ruddy looks in. He's pitching out of the stretch, by the way. Here's the windup. And yes, he went. He tried. Maglio tried to hold up, but he could not. That is the 8th strikeout for Colin Ruddy tonight. I tell you, 1 out for the Dawgs. No runners aboard. And his 5th strikeout in a row, my assistant Tanner is telling me. Boy, I tell you, the kid is hot tonight, as Loverboy once said back in the 80s. All right, coming up to the plate is Odilia Cespedes for the Dragons. He is their right fielder. He's a left-hander. He digs in the dirt, ball 1. All right. So here we go. Ruddy looks in. He goes back into his stretch. Gets himself comfortable. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Umpire says no, that was a little bit high. We have a count of 2-0. And it looks like Colin Ruddy wants a new ball to work with. All right. So, folks, we got a count of 2-0. There's no runners aboard, 1 out. Tie score of 1 at the top of the 4th. Ruddy goes into his stretch. He looks in, goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Said that caught the outside corner. I'm sorry, the count is 2-1. We were looking at each other and go, who's right, who's wrong up here? We don't know. All right, and that's a pitch in the pop-up over into the third base foul territory. Makes the catch. All right, that's out number 2 for the inning. All right. So there we go, folks. 2 outs, no runners aboard. Score is tied at 1.
From Colby College, Ryan Grace.
Ryan Grace now comes to the plate for the Dragons. He's their designated hitter. He's also a left-handed hitter. Because he's coming to us from Colby College. So Colby, which is a part of the NESCAC conference in hockey anyway. And here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 1. All right, he's back in the stretch. He's looking in for that signal. He's got his signal. He's getting ready for his windup. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. A little in the dirt. Ball 1. So we got a count of 1-1 with 2 outs. No runners aboard. Score tied at 1 in the top of the 4th inning. All right. Ruddy looks in. He gets into his stretch. Settles himself. Goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. And ground ball foul down the first base line. We got a count of 1-2. Well, I'll tell you what, we're getting into familiar territory for Colin Ruddy tonight here. 2 strikes. You could be looking at another strikeout. We got 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Score is tied at 1. I'm sorry, the top of the 4th. My bad. Top 4, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I get talking so much I forget whether we're in the top or the bottom of the 4th. So we're in the top of the 4th, though, folks. He looks in. Here's the pitch, and high and outside, ball 2. All right, so out on that scoreboard in right field, the deuces are wild. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning with a score tied at 1, no runners aboard. All right, Ruddy looks in. He goes into his stretch, gets himself settled, goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Umpire says, no, that is low. So we have got a full count. You know, folks, I think this is the first full count of the game we've had today. Quite impressive considering we're in the 4th inning. So here it is right here, the payoff pitch. we're either going to have a walk or a strikeout or an out or base hit or whatever. But anyways, we got a full count, 3-2, 2 outs. He's in his stretch. He goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Gentle roller down to the first base side, plate, and out. All right. So that is it. Sebastian Muller touches the first base, and the Dogs are out of the inning without giving up any runs or any hits. And at the end of the middle of the 4th inning, we are tied at 1 with the Dogs coming to the plate.
Buell Fuels is your hometown energy company. They have a commitment to quality, service, and value that is second to none. When you call their offices, you get a customer service representative on the other end of the phone, not an answering machine. They are companies pursuing continual growth with many customers, ranging from the residential homeowner to New York State DOT and all of those in between. Let them show you their commitment to serve our communities. Stop in and tell them the DiamondDawgs sent you.
At Price Chopper and Market 32, we want to help you shop smart to get the best quality and value for you and your family. That's why we created
More ways to save.
Just Use Your Advantage Card to save your way with weekly specials, price chops, lowdowns, stock-up savings, fair to compare, and Advantage rewards. Now that's smart shopping. More ways to save at Price Chopper and Market 32.
We're back in the bottom of the 4th.
Columbia University, Sam Miller.
Sam Miller, third baseman, steps in for the Dogs. Billy Cannell still throwing for the Dragons here into the bottom of the 4th. And like I said, he likes to work fast, and I was not kidding. There's the pitch. And Miller fouls it off his ankle. I hope he's all right. Looks like he's fine. Strike 1.
First base dugout. Please report to the first base dugout.
All right, so we got a count of 0-1. No outs, of course, as Miller's the leadoff hitter. We have no runners aboard. All right, here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And a roller down the third base side, played by the third baseman, over to first base, and that is an out. 1 out for the DiamondDawgs.
Now batting the shortstop, number 25, from Bryant University, Justin Hackett.
And Justin Hackett comes to the plate for the Dogs. Justin Hackett is the Dogs shortstop. He's number 25. And he's a right-handed hitter. Talking with the umpire about some little banter, a little chatter, as ball players and umpires will sometimes do. All right, everybody's set to go now. Billy Cannell looks like he wants to get to work, which he does. He's in his windup. Here's the pitch, and it's outside, ball 1. All right, so we're into the bottom of the 4th here. 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and the ump says that was on the outside corner. Strike 1. So we got a count of 1-1 with 1 out and a tie score of 1-1. Boy, those ones have been wild all game, haven't they? All right, into the windup. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Strike 2. All right, so Cannell trying to get his second out of the inning here. He's got a count of 1-2 with no runners aboard. Hackett digs in, takes a couple practice swings. He looks in. Here's the windup from Cannell. The pitch is inside. Hackett did good not to go after that one, and we got a count of 2-2 with 1 out. Cannell looks in. He wants to signal. He's got his signal. He's in his windup. There's that breaking ball that he likes. He's been throwing a lot of those tonight, but he misses with that one. And, folks, we got another full count. Full count with 1 out. No runners aboard. Score tied at 1 in the bottom of the 4th. All right, and here comes the pitch once again. And ripped up the middle. They're not going to get to that. That's a base hit for Justin Hackett. He rounds first, takes a look. All right, so now the Dogs have got a runner aboard. He's on first base with 1 out.
From St. Bonaventure University, Mark Duraski.
And Mark Duraski, the right fielder, comes to the plate. He is from St. Bonaventure University, the Bonnies. He's a right-hander. He digs in. He's taking a couple of practice swings. He's getting ready. So is Billy Cannell for the pitcher for the Dragons. Checks over on Hackett. Decides he's not going to throw over. He delivers the pitch instead. which the umpire says is outside. Ball 1. All right, so here we go. The Dogs have got a runner aboard. There's 1 out with a count of 1-0. And Billy Canal looks like he's ready to throw it. He does. Ooh. Wait, that kind of, well, a little collision down the first base line there. That was kind of an odd play, but it looks like a little check swing. And Canal tagged out Drasky, but Hackett advances to second. So now we got 2 outs for the Dogs. They got a runner in scoring position.
Batting the catcher number 13 from Tosa University, Brian Hackelman.
And the Dogs catcher, Brian Hackelman, comes to the plate. He's got an RBI opportunity, but there is 2 outs. Runner on second base, who is Justin Hackett. And the right-hander is taking a few of his practice swings, getting ready for that pitch from Billy Canal. Billy Canal looks like he wants to throw, which he is going to. He's into a stretch. He's into his windup. Here's the pitch. And, boy, did he get a hold of that one. It's into center field, but that's going to drive a little confusion out there. But the play is made by the second baseman for the Dragons. He makes the catch, and that is it. All right, 1 hit, no runs for the Dogs. And at the end of 4, the score is tied at 1. We will be right back.
Fans, have you ever dug for diamonds? Well, if you haven't, then you're in luck. Just 15 miles from here, we have the Herkimer Diamond Mines KOA. Their diamonds are beautiful, fun to find, and the whole family can dig for them. The diamonds, which are actually quartz crystals, were faceted by nature 500 million years ago. At Herkimer Diamond Mines KOA, guests experience upstate New York's largest jewelry store, museum, a fossil and gemstone sluicing area, and can even stay in themed cottages and lodges. Take a trip over to the Herkimer Diamond Mines KOA and tell them your DiamondDawgs sent you.
Glens Falls is the second baseman, number 39 from Brighton Stratton College, Johan Sandoval.
All right, and we are back with Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs baseball into the top of the 5th, where we got a tie score at 1. Coming to the plate for the Dragons is their second baseman, Johan Sandoval. As a matter of fact, it looks like for this top 3 hitters in this inning for them, they got 3/4 of their infield coming to the plate. They are still facing Colin Ruddy, who has got my K count going here, and he's up to 8 strikeouts for this game. He gets into a stretch. He looks in. He's getting ready to deliver that first pitch, and here it comes. Ooh, showed bunt, pulled back, but it was still a strike nonetheless. Interesting strategy there from Johan Sandoval. But you know what? Hey, you like to see that small ball every once in a while. It takes us back to our roots. You like it. All right. Ruddy's getting ready to deliver that pitch again. He's into a stretch. Here's the pitch. Ump says that's on the outside corner. Strike 2. He's already into a pitcher's count with an 0-2 count. No outs, no runners aboard. Tie ball game at 1. Top of the 5th inning. And here's the pitch. Into the dirt, ball 1. That was a nice play by Heckelman. All right, so we still got a count of 1-2. Like I said, Colin Ruddy has been rolling in this game. 8 strikeouts so far. At one point, he had 5 in a row. So, like I said, the kid is rolling. Now here's the pitch. And lifts that one into right field. That's going to go foul, looks like. Harmlessly over into the foul territory. No harm done. All right. Count remains at 1-2. Colin Ruddy wants another baseball. Tosses that back to the umpire. And Heckelman throws him back a brand new baseball to work with. All right. So here we go. Top of the 5th, folks. We got a count of 1-2. No outs. No runners aboard. As Ruddy looks in, gets into a stretch. And here's the pitch. into the dirt for ball 2. All right, so we got a count of 2-2. Score's tied up at 1. The Dragons have only got 2 hits off already to go along with those 8 Ks. So let's see what we do here. No outs. Count of 2-2. Ruddy looks in, winds up. Here's the pitch. Ooh, boy, he laced that one into left field. That's down. That's a fair ball. That's going to be trouble. Sandoval rounds first. He's going to go into second with a stand-up double. All right, so that's what Glens Falls wanted, getting that first runner aboard and get it even better for them, get him into scoring position. Now coming up to the plate is their first baseman, Joe Harwood. Joe's got a pretty good opportunity for an RBI here. There's no outs with a tie score of 1, but Glens Falls does have a runner on second base. Everybody's going to take a second to get their bearings. Harwood takes a couple of practice swings outside the batter's box, as ball players do like to do. Take a quick breather. Everybody gets their bearings. Look around, and we're ready to play ball again. All right. Colin Ruddy looks in. He's looking for a signal. Shakes off one. And there it is. He knows what he likes now. He's into his stretch. Checks the runner at second. No throw over there, but here's the pitch to the plate. Oh, boy, and Harwood laced that one. That's going to be... Oh, makes the catch out in right field. However, Sandoval tags up, and he's going to go over to third base. So we got 1 out. That was Mark Duraski that made the catch out there. But with that long fly ball out to right field, Johan Sandoval tags up, heads to third base. So now we got 1 out. The Dragons have got a runner on third base, and they got Nick Marola coming up. He's their third baseman. All right, so a big chance for Nick here. However, Colin Ruddy's been pitching real well tonight, so let's see what he can do. He looks in. He's in a stretch. Here's the pitch. And bounces up the middle. He's going to be made over at first base. They got the out at first, but the runner scores as Sandoval advances on the ground ball. And the Dragons have taken a 2-1 lead here in the top of the 5th.
Catcher number 14 from Stevenson University, Noah Jolie.
Noah Jolie's coming up to the plate now for the Dragons. They got nobody on base, so that's a good thing for the Dogs. Noah Jolie is actually their catcher. He's number 14, and he's come to us from Stevenson University. Ruddy looks in. He gets into a stretch. And here's the pitch. Foul ball off the catcher's toe. Well, I bet you that didn't feel too good. Counts 0-1. 2 outs, no runners aboard, and the Dragons now have a 2-1 lead. All right. So Ruddy gets into his stretch. He looks in. Here comes the pitch. Check swing, and the umpire said he went. That's strike 2. All right, so here we go. Colin Ruddy can get out of this inning with a strikeout. He's got an 0-2 count with 2 outs, no runners aboard. He looks in. He's got a signal. He's into his stretch. Takes a breath. He goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Foul ball again. Foul ball. Staying alive, as the Bee Gees used to like to say. And we still got a count of 0-2 with 2 outs, no runners aboard, and the Dragons have a 2-1 lead now. All right. Ruddy looks in. He gets his signal from Heckelman. Shakes one off. But now he knows what he wants. There it is. He's into his stretch. Settles in. Goes into his windup. And here's the pitch. And a little high and outside, says the umpire. So we got the first ball of this at-bat. A count of 1-2 with 2 outs. No runners aboard. And the Dragons with a 2-1 lead. Ruddy looks in. Goes into his stretch once again. Settles himself. Goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. And he laces that one into left field. It's carrying. And the catch is made by the Dogs left fielder. And they are out of the inning. But, however, the Dragons pick up 1 run on 1 hit. And through the middle of 5, we have got a 2-1 lead for the Dragons. We'll be right back.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gym shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. To cool off, make sure you stop in and see our friends at Garrity Pools and Spa in Herkimer for all your pool needs. They pride themselves in always making it a priority to take care of their customers. With the motto, "We do whatever it takes," Garrity Pools has established an around-the-clock relationship with all of their customers, making them the hardest working pool business in the Mohawk Valley.
The second baseman, number 7, from Stonehill College, Ethan Valdez.
And we are back. DiamondDawgs baseball coming to you on the My Little Falls Network. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The Dragons holding a 2-1 lead. Ethan Valdez, the Dawgs second baseman, digs in. Billy Cannell is still in the game for the Dragons, too. The right-hander is still throwing pitches. All right, so he's into his windup. Like I said, he pitches fast. And that's outside. Or that's a strike, actually. The umpire said that caught the corner. All right, so we got an 0-1 count to start off the bottom of the 5th inning. Valdez digs in. He's waiting for the pitch. And here's the windup. The pitch is delivered. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. All right. And Billy Cannell has got himself into a pitcher's count at 0-2 with no outs, no runners aboard. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Dragons. Here's the windup. And here's the pitch. Way outside. Missed quite a bit on that one. So we got a count of 1-2. On 1-2 with no runners aboard, no outs. As Valdez waits for Cannell to get ready. And boy, like I said, he works fast. So here comes the pitch once again. Down the line, and that's foul ball. Boy, it just missed. Just missed being a fair ball, but a foul ball nonetheless. We still got a count of 1-2. Now it sounds like we had some Motley Crue going here on the intercom at the. Gotta love that, man. It'll take me back to the day now. Here's the pitch. He missed high and outside. Count of 2-2. All right, so no outs here in the bottom of the 5th for the Dogs. Ethan Valdez at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fouled that one back off, too. That's going to make the woods. All right. Well, folks, the Dogs are down 1, but all it takes is get a couple runners on board, and they're right back in business. And they do have 5 hits in tonight's game so far. But right now, Ethan Valdez has a count of 2-2 to deal with. As he waits for the pitch from Billy Cannell, here it is. And he laces that one into center. Is that going to drop? It does. Base hit, Ethan Valdez. He's on board. It's exactly what the Dogs wanted, to get that first runner on board. Valdez is on first base with a single.
Now batting the left fielder, number 23, from the University of New Haven, Owen Vincent.
Owen Vincent comes to the plate. He's the Dogs left fielder. And let's see what the Dogs can do with this one here. We got one runner aboard with no outs. See first base coach over there talking with Ethan Valdez, see what they got planned over there. All right, here's the pitch. Ooh, he lays on the bump, pulls back. The pitch is inside, ball 1. Yeah, first base coach John Freno and I went to the same high school. So, the old Mohawk High School in Little Mohawk, New York. So, pair of Mohawk guys hooking up here at Vets Park. All right, here's the pitch. The bunt's laid down. That's a nice bunt down the first base line. They're not going to have Valdez make second base easy. They do get Vincent at first base, but the Dogs have got a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Batting the center fielder for the University of South Florida, Jaden Ross.
And Jaden Ross is coming to the plate. He's the Dogs center fielder. And I'll tell you what, folks, here's an opportunity for the Dogs. You got 1 out. You got a runner on second base. And I'll tell you, I think that Ethan Valdez can really move. So let's see if Jaden Ross here can get that ball in play. We're going to be doing something. All right, so here comes the pitch. He takes it. It's down the middle. Strike 1. That's all right. Sometimes you want to wait for that pitch that you want. You don't want to swing at something you're not really comfortable with, so no problem there. Count of 0-1. 1 out. Runner on second base. Cannell checks the runner on second base. Here's the pitch. And the ump said he caught the outside corner, and that's a count of 0-2. So now he's into a pitcher's count. We got 1 out here with Jaden Ross at the plate in the right-handed batter's box. Ethan Valdez in second for the Dogs. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 Glens Falls. Valdez takes his lead off second base. Now takes a look at him. Does not check him. Oh, and a swing and a miss. Jaden Ross got him on the breaking ball. 2 outs. All right, well, the Dogs still have a runner in scoring position.
Now batting the designated hitter number 17 from Carson Newman University, Mitchell Valiant.
And Mitchell Valiant, the DH, is coming to the plate. And I'll tell you, he has been awesome this year. We've mentioned it a few times already, but the kid's hitting .394 so far for the season. Certainly an offensive threat every time he comes to the plate. And guess what, folks? He's got a runner in scoring position. So with 2 outs, let's see what he can do. Billy Canal looks over at that runner at second base, delivers the pitch. Umpire says that's low. No go. Ball 1. All right. So we got a count of 1-0 with 2 outs, runner on second base, and a score of 2-1. And one of the league's hottest hitters at the plate. Well, let's see what he can do. Canal looks over at the runner on second base, delivers the pitch. Foul back into the cage, just below us. It would have been kind of cool if we got that towards that camera there, you know, the little baseball attacks camera angle. Yeah. Nonetheless, that's a strike. It's a count of 1-1. Mitchell Valiant as he waits for the pitch from Billy Canal. Ethan Valdez takes his lead off second base. Nobody there to check him, so here's the pitch. Little high and tight. Ball 2. We got a count of 2-1, 2 outs. Runner on second base, score of 2-1 in favor of the Dragons. Steps out, steps back in, just to catch his bearings real quick. Canal looks in, he's looking for that signal. He's got his signal. Checks over to second base. Elects to deliver the ball to the catcher. Here it is. Oh, boy. That breaking ball, boy, I tell you. He gets some break on that, but he didn't get enough to get it across the plate. We got a count of 3-1, as that was called a ball. And let's see what we can do here, folks. We got a count of 3-1 with 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1. Ethan Valdez takes his lead off second base. Here's the pitch. Ooh, high and tight. He missed, and that's a walk. So now the Dogs have runners on first and second base as Mitchell Bennett draws a walk.
Batting the first baseman, number 35 from Quinnipiac University, Sebastian Muller.
Sebastian Muller, the Dogs' big first baseman, steps in. He's got a great opportunity here with runners on first and second with 2 outs. The Dogs needing 1 run to tie this game up. The big right-hander from Quinnipiac University awaits the pitch. Nobody's checking these runners, so you're not going to expect to throw over. Here's the pitch. That's popped up behind us, way over us out into Burwell Street, probably rolling up Ray Street at this point. All right. So, the twilight's starting to set in here. The lights are starting to become more prominent here at Betts Park. That wind's starting to shift from left to right field. As Billy Canal looks in, he's got a signal. They're not going to check the runners. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. We got a count of 2-1 now. Or, I'm sorry, 1-1. As we got 2 outs here. First runners on first and second with a score of 2-1. All right, so here it comes. Well, he's going to go into a stretch here. Checks over the runners. Slowing down a little bit. Here's the pitch. And that is flared up to the second baseman. They're going to converge. And yet the second baseman makes the play. That's Johan Sandoval making the catch, and that ends the Dogs' threat. All right. They had a couple runners aboard, but they couldn't push anything across. So at the bottom of the 5th inning, now that it's over, we got a score of 2-1 with the Dragons leading, and they'll be coming to the bat in the top of the 6th when we come back.
Hale Transportation wants to provide their premier customer service for your next bus charter experience. From sporting events, weddings, day and weekend trips, from big cities to rural destinations, Hale Transportation has you covered. Their updated, luxurious, and well-maintained fleet of vehicles coupled with their professional drivers will get you safely to your destination. Hale Transportation vehicles can accommodate up to 56 passengers and are ready for you to hop aboard. For more information, visit HaleTransportationGroup.com.
the Luke Canmatsko.
And we are back for the top of the 6th inning here with the Glens Falls Dragons leading the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs 2-1. Those Dragons are up a bat, and left-hander Luke Tabasco digs in. He's the designated hitter for the Dragons. Colin Ruddy is still in the game, and he has got 8 strikeouts in this game so far. And he's only given up 3 hits. So he looks in, gets a signal, goes into his windup, and here's the pitch. Umpire says strike one as that pitch was right down the middle. All right, so here we go. We got a count of 0-1, no outs, of course. This is the leadoff hitter, so of course there is nobody on board. As Ruddy looks in, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And Colin Ruddy once again finds himself in a pitcher's count. He's got a count of 0-2 with no outs. Looking in for that signal. He's got the one that he wants. He's in his stretch. Settles in, looks in, goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 9 for Colin Ruddy. And this evening, as we got 1 out here with the shortstop, Alex Sandell, coming up for the Dragons. I'll tell you, Colin Ruddy's got his stuff tonight. Except for those couple runs that he gave up, he has been fantastic. And I'll tell you, those runs, not much you can do about them. So, only giving up 3 hits thus far in the game tonight. And Sandell is a right-handed hitter as he waits for the pitch from right. Ooh, he shows bunt, and he pulls back right down the middle, strike 1. Seen that a few times from batters tonight. Showing bunt, pull back. But hey, like I said earlier, you like that small ball. Always like to see it. So let's see if he's going to show bunt again. As Ruddy looks in, here's the pitch. No bunt this time, but he fouls the pitch back, and that's strike 2. And once again, for the second batter in a row, we got a count of 0-2. This time we got 1 out with no runners aboard. And the Dragons leading 2-1 on the top of the top of the 6th, I'm sorry. All right, so he looks in, getting that signal, shakes one off, shakes another off. There we go. Now he knows what he wants. They're on the same page. Goes into a stretch, gets ready, into the windup. Here's the pitch, into the dirt, ball 1. So we got a count of 1-2 with 1 out, no runners aboard. And Sandell takes a little practice swing, gets ready. He's ready to go, as is Ruddy. They got the signals all together. Into the stretch, into his windup, and here's the pitch. Ooh, he got that one. It's flared into the right. It's going into the foul territory. Can't quite see from our vantage point here. They made it? Okay. Didn't? Okay. Yeah, sorry, with our vantage point here at with the press box, the best part. Can't quite see all the way over to the first base foul territory, so I was depending on the spotters over here, and they did a fantastic job. Did not make the catch. So what that means is Sandell is still alive at the plate with a 1-2 count. All right, we're into the top of the 6th inning, and like I said, the sun is starting to go down here at Vets Park, so twilight setting in. Ruddy looks in. He's got his signal. Into a stretch. Into his windup. Here's the pitch. And that's laced into center field. Back. He makes the catch. That's the center fielder, Jaden Ross, making the catch. He got all of it, but he hit it out to the farthest part of the park, and that's not going to work for you most times. And that's 2 outs for the Dragons now. As Eric Marino comes to the plate, he is the center fielder. He is actually their leadoff hitter as well, so they've gone through the order again. We're in the top of the 6th inning with the Dragons leading 2-1, 2 outs, no runners aboard. Colin Ruddy's got 9 strikeouts so far in the game, and here's the pitch. And umpire says it's up. Ball 1. We got a count of 1-0. All right, so they look in. They got their signals together. They're ready to go. Into his stretch. Starts his windup, and here's the pitch. No. The umpire says no. That was a little bit inside. Just missed the corner of the plate. We got a count of 2-0 with 2 outs, no runners aboard. All right. I need Huckleman to get their signals together. There we go. They're ready to go. And here's the pitch. And that's flared onto left field. Is that going to stay fair? The catch is made. What a running catch made right there. That was awesome. That was Ohm Senti. And guess what? He makes the catch. That's out number 3. The Dogs are out of the inning. No runs for the Dragons. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th with a score 2-1 Glens Falls. We'll be back after this commercial break.
The DiamondDawgs would like to give a shout out to Hummel's Office Plus. Hummel's Office Plus's goal is to provide home and office solutions by delivering services and supplies that meet their customer needs and lifestyles. They are committed to being leaders in customer satisfaction and building partnerships with their customers based on confidence, integrity, and trust. They achieve and maintain their strength through dedication to high principles and concern for the people in the communities in which they serve. Go see our friends at Hummel's Office Plus for all your home and office needs.
All right, we are back for the bottom of the 6th inning here at Best Memorial Park in Little Falls with the score 2-1 Glens Falls. Sam Muller digs in for the Dawgs. And let's see what they can do. They're going to need one run to tie this game up, so let's see what they can do. Sam's the third baseman for the DiamondDawgs. And Billy Cannell is still in, so here's the pitch. And that was outside, ball 1. Like I said, don't take too many deep breaths with Cannell on the mound because he does work quick. So, and as I say that, here's the pitch. And he did not get the corner again. That was outside, ball 2. All right, so Sam's getting himself into a hitter's count here. No outs, nobody aboard. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Got it that time. That was just on the corner. Strike 1. So we got a count of 2-1 for Sam Miller to work with. Let's see if we can get on board and get the Dawgs started. All right. Billy Cannell looks in. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. He got the corner on that one. That was a fastball. So we got a count of 2-2 with no outs and a score of 2-1. As Sam Miller awaits the pitch from Billy Cannell. He's into his windup. Here it is. And he laces that one into left field. But the left fielder is under it for the Dragons, makes the catch, and it's a long first out. All right, so
number 25 from Bryant University.
Justin Hackett is coming up to the plate. He is the shortstop for the DiamondDawgs. He's a right-hander. He was the one who actually got the DiamondDawgs run earlier, so let's see if he can do that again. As he digs in, takes a couple practice swings, and waits for the pitch from Cannell. Cannell's into his windup, and here it is. Breaking ball, low for ball 1. Well, nightfall is slowly setting in here at Vets Memorial Park as the sun's going down. Picturesque ballpark, though, I tell you. And there's the pitch. Ooh, that was inside. Nearly got him, but it didn't. So Justin Hackett avoids getting hit by the pitch, and he does draw into a 2-0 count with 1 out and no runners aboard here in the bottom of the 6th. All right, and just a little bit of a breeze now coming in from center field. Not too much, though. Shouldn't make too much of a difference. And here's the pitch from Cannell. Hackett swings, and he grounds over to the third base side. Throw across. Oh, boy. That was a nice scoop play. Harwood made the scoop and held on to the... Let's see what's going on here. He did touch the bag. I don't know if he held on while he was rolling off, though. We're in a little conference here, it looks like, and they're going to call him out. Okay. All right, so Marola throws out, throws out Hackett, and we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th with no runners aboard.
Mark
Duraski comes to the plate. He's the right fielder. Got nobody on board, but hey, you know what? If he can get on board and get the Dawgs started with a 2-out rally here. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, a little bit of contact down there as they kind of collided down to first base, but everybody's okay. Everybody walked away, so good deal. Here's the pitch from Cannell. Breaking ball for strike 1. I'll tell you, when he's got that going, he gets some movement on that ball. It's pretty impressive. So let's see what we can do here. As Duraski waits for the second pitch. Here it comes. Another breaking ball, but that one misses. That's down low. We got a count of 1-1. 2 outs with no runners aboard. Glens Falls leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The Dogs have got 6 hits on this game, so. And here's the pitch from Canal. Ooh, boy, he took that one right down the middle. Strike 2. All right, so after seeing a couple breaking balls, that fastball kind of surprised him. We got a count of 1-2 with 2 outs. Going to have to protect the plate here. So let's see what happens. Drasky waits for the pitch. And here it comes. Down in the dirt, ball 2. Nice job of Drasky not jumping on that. So we got a count of 2-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Sort of a mini deuces are wild on the scoreboard right now. So. All right, everybody takes a quick breather, but they're ready to go again. And here comes the pitch. That's outside. He's worked a full count. You know, Drasky's showing a lot of patience up at this plate, and that's this at bat, and that's a good thing because you don't want to be swinging at those wild pitches and get yourself out that way. So here it comes with a 3-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Takes that pitch that's in the dirt as well. Nice at bat. Comes back from a being down 1-2 in the count to draw a walk to get onto first base. Great job. All right, so the Dogs catcher, Brian Heckelman, is coming up. He's a right-hander. He's got a runner on first base to work with now. Let's see if they can keep that train moving. I always like that scene in baseball. You know, when you get one runner aboard, you get 2 runners aboard, you're keeping that train moving. It's always a nice little thing, a little throwback, I guess. But anyways, here's the pitch from Billy Canal. That's down the middle. Oh, throw down to first. And just got back. Ooh, boy, oh, boy. It was a called first strike, but it was the throw down to first base that had Dogs fans holding their breath for a second there. That was a close play, but Drasky got in under the tag, remained safely at first base, and we got a 0-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. All right, he looks over, he checks the runner, and he does not throw over. Instead, delivers to the plate, and there it is. Heckelman hits it into center field. They're on the run. Oh, boy, that was a nice catch. He was on the run, makes the catch. Art Marino makes the catch to end the inning. And that ends the threat. All right, so no runs for the Dogs. We got 1 walk, so they got aboard there. But nonetheless, the score remains 2-1 at the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be heading to the top of the 7th inning when we come back from this break.
The DiamondDawgs would like to give a shout out to Hummel's Office Plus. Hummel's Office Plus's goal is to provide home and office solutions by delivering services and supplies that meet their customer needs and lifestyles. They are committed to being leaders in customer satisfaction and building partnerships with their customers based on confidence, integrity, and trust. They achieve and maintain their strength through dedication to high principles and concern for the people in the communities in which they serve. Go see our friends at Hummel's Office Plus for all your home and office needs.
All right, we're coming back for the top of the 7th inning. As Colin Ruddy's still in the game, he's continuing his warm-ups. And while we're doing that, I want to wish a happy birthday to a couple of buddies of mine out there. Owen Woolner turned 11 years old, and Jace Buchanet turned 13. They're enjoying the game from the skybox right above the Ted Schaaf dugout, so happy birthday to those guys. All right, like I said, Colin Ruddy is still in the game. And coming up to the plate right now for the Glens Falls Dragons. And here's the pitch. And that's a strike. He hit the inside corner. All right. And Ruddy looks in. He wants to get his signal. And they're ready to go. Gets into his stretch. Settles in. And here's the pitch. Strike 2. All right. That was right down the pipe, too. That was a nice pitch. So we could be looking at a 10th strikeout here if we can get If you can get him, that's a... He got him right on the corner. Nice pitch. Strikeout number 10 for Colin Ruddy in this game. And I'll tell you, he is rolling. And now for up to the bat for the Dragons is their right fielder, Olidio Cespedes. He's a left-hander. Colin Ruddy's a right-hander, so we got a right-hander versus left-hander matchup with 1 out, no runners aboard. And here's the pitch, fouled back into the cage. And Ruddy goes up in the count early, 0-1, with 1 out and nobody aboard. In the top of the 7th inning with the score 2-1. He looks in, and he's got a signal. He gets into a stretch. And here's the pitch, a little bit outside. Not going to get the call on that one. We got a count of 1-1. But he appears to be working fast. He's got that signal that he wants already. Gets set. Here's the pitch, and fouled off by Cespedes. All right, so we got a count of 1-2 with 1 out, with the Dogs trailing in this game 2-1, but there's still plenty of baseball left to be played. No runners on board for the Dragons right now. They've decided what pitch they want. Here's the pitch. Slow roller, foul ball, foul ball. So Cespedes stays alive into a 1-2 count with 1 out. Sebastian Muller, the Dogs' first baseman, went after it, but he just couldn't get to it before it drifted over into foul territory. All right, so they get their signals all set together. There it is. Now they know what they want. Into the stretch he goes. And into his windup. Here's the pitch. Into the dirt. No call there. So you got a 2-2 count with 1 out. No runners aboard. Yeah, he takes a second to get himself all set up. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Goes into a stretch. They know what they want. And here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And that's up into center field. Oh, sorry. Right in the infield. A convergence of Dogs. Whoa! Wow. Third baseman Sam Miller ran pretty much all the way across the diamond and caught that pop-up on the other side of the pitcher's mound. Nice hustle by Sam there to get that second out of the inning. Well, I tell you, the way they were all coming together for a second, it was looking like we could have had a mini disaster there, but nope, the Dogs overcame that. Sam Miller makes the catch. 2 outs. And now up to the plate for the Dragons is their designated hitter, Ryan Grace. He's a left-hander as well. And Ruddy makes the pitch, and that's fouled off. Yeah, I'll tell you, when I was growing up, one of my favorite ball players was Mark Grace. He was a first baseman for the Chicago Cubs, so I kind of wonder if there's any relation there. It always kind of makes me wonder when you hear a similar last name for a big leaguer or something like that. But anyways, here's the stretch, here's the pitch. Fouled right back below us. So now Colin Ruddy finds himself in a favorable count at 0-2 with 2 outs, no runners aboard. And let's see if he can get out of this inning. He's got 10 strikeouts on this game so far, and he's only given up 3 hits. So he looks into Heckman there. Shakes one sign off. There they go. Now they got it. All right, he's into his stretch. Settles in. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. A little low and inside. All right, so here we go. Back to work with a count of 1-2. Let's see if they can get out of the inning right now. Ruddy looks in. He's ready. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Called strike on the inside corner. Strikeout number 11 for Colin Ruddy. That is it for the inning. No runs for the Dragons. We're going into the bottom of the 7th with the score 2-1. Glens Falls leading your Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. The Dogs are coming to bat as soon as we come back from break.
Everyone deserves to be cared for and to live well.
At Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, that's why we're here.
From new plans that make great coverage more accessible and affordable,
To starting conversations about mental health.
and long-standing inequities,
We're moving beyond what you'd expect from us.
and broadening the very definition of health coverage. Because when we do that, everybody benefits.
As your family starts to grow, so will your priorities. And sometimes finances can be difficult. You need local experts with resources that offer personalized products and services that guide you through life's changes. Whether you're starting out or need money-saving solutions, GPO is here for your family's needs.
Valdez.
And we are back for the bottom of the 7th here at Veterans Memorial Park here in Little Falls, New York, where the Glens Falls Dragons lead the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs 2-1, with the Dogs' speedy second baseman Ethan Valdez digging in. Billy Cannell is still in the game for the Glens Falls Dragons. He's given up 6 hits and only 1 run in this game. Here's the pitch, and Valdez fouls that off the third base side into those woods over the fence. All right, so we got a count of 0-1 here as we head into the bottom of the 7th. The Dogs need 1 runner aboard. Let's get one and then get the train going. Here's the pitch, and that's out. Ooh, he did call that. All right, so we got a count of 0-2 now. Valdez is going to have to protect the plate. As that pitch did catch the outside corner, so working fast. It's a breaking ball that he's become famous for here tonight, but he misses that time. And that's a count of 1-2. 1-2, no outs, no runners aboard here in the bottom of the 7th. Like I said, this guy works fast as that pitch is coming already. Valdez does a nice job of holding off on that one. That's high and outside for a count of 2-2. So let's see what the Dogs can do here. As the Dragons get their signals together, there it is. There's the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, look at that. Valdez a little flare. Oh, boy, the left fielder, Michael Magliocca, makes a nice play. 1 out for the Dogs as he flies out.
Left fielder number 23 from the University of New Haven, Owen Pinsent.
And now the Dogs left fielder, Owen Pinsent's coming up. He's a right-handed hitter. And I tell you, he made a couple nice plays out there in the field tonight as well. So let's see what Owen can do. Like I said, the Dogs need a runner aboard here. They got 1 out. And here's the pitch. A little bit low. So nice job holding off on that. We got a count of 1-0. They got their signals together already. Here's the windup out of the stretch. There's, oh boy, line back right through the middle, but oh boy. Johan Sandoval snags that line drive that went blasting by Billy Cannell. Boy, I tell you, that was close. The second baseman had his back, snags that line drive, 2 outs. All right, so with 2 outs and no runners aboard, center fielder Jaden Ross comes to the plate for the Dogs. He too made a nice play out in center field there earlier in the game, so let's see if he can get aboard. 2 outs, nobody on for the Dogs. And the pitch, and that's on the outside corner for a strike. Strike 1. We have an 0-1 count. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 0-2. Now Billy Cannell finds himself in a favorable count. So we got an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Score of 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Glens Falls leading. And the wind is shifting left to right again. And that pitch is outside. Holds off. Nice play, or nice job of holding off on that by Jaden Ross. So we got a count of 1-2 with 2 outs. And a score of 2-1. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Oh boy. Yep, froze him. Got the inside corner, and that is it. All right. So goes down looking. No runs for the Dogs as we go into the top of the 8th. With the Glens Falls Dragons leading 2-1. We'll be back after this break.
Now pitching for Mohawk Valley. And we have our winners from our 50-50 third place winner. The gift certificate from Parkside goes to Aiden Olzer-Zarzik from Herkimer. I hope I got that right. Second place winner goes to Nancy Baker in Ilion. She wins the Zebra Slot Canyon Portrait donated by Bart Carrick. And our winner of the 50-50 goes to Karen Woolner from Little Falls. So congratulations to all our winners. Make sure you play.
All right, and we are back for the top of the 8th here at Memorial Park here in Little Falls, where the DiamondDawgs are down 2-1 to the Glens Falls Dragons. The Dogs have got a new pitcher in the game, so Owen Zadrowski from Merrimack University is in. He relieves Colin Ruddy, who exits the game after 7 solid innings. We only gave up 2 runs on 3 hits, and he had 11 strikeouts in the game, so good outing there for Colin. He gives way to Owen Zadrowski, and let's see what can happen here.
And make sure you block off your calendars for Thursday as the Dogs are back here at Vets Memorial Park. Huddle against the Sarbury Stallions, 5 o'clock. See you then.
All right, so leading off for the Dragons is their second baseman, Johan Sandoval, who made the nice play on that line drive there last inning. He's a right-handed batter, and he's going to wait for that first pitch from Zadrowski. All right, here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Swinging him as strike one. Boy, it looked like he threw some gas there. So we got a count of 0-1 with no outs, no runners aboard here in the top of the 8th. He looks in, goes into his stretch, into the windup, and his foul ball dribbles down the third base line harmlessly to make the count 0-2. 0-2, and Owen Zadrowski finds himself into a favorable count. So he looks in. There we go, into the stretch. Wind up and the pitch. Ooh, little inside. And they did say he got him. Sandoval hit by the pitch, and he goes down to first base.
The first baseman, number 33.
All right, so that's going to bring the first baseman, Joe Harwood, up. And I'll tell you, that's going to get their leadoff hitter on board. You never want to see that as an opposing team, so let's see what happens here. Zadrowski looks in. Yeah, he's peeking over his shoulder, seeing what Sandoval's doing over there. But he delivers the pitch instead. Little inside, ball 1. All right, so the Dragons have got their leadoff runner aboard, top of the 8th. No outs. Count of 1-0. But Joe Harwood at the plate. He's their first baseman. Zadrowski looks over. See if he's going to check him or not. Nope, he decides he's delivering to the plate. And just got a piece of it. Was Harwood on a swing. Foul ball, strike 1. Or a count of 1-1. All right, so as Zadrowski gets onto the rubber, looks in, gets his signal. Sandoval takes his lead off first base, and he checks him, and nope, he got back in time. The throw over is not successful. Sandoval back in, still alive on first base, as Zadrowski looks in for the next count, or the next pitch. There we go. They agree on the signals. He's settling in into a stretch. In the windup. Oh, and there goes Sandoval. Here's the pitch. The throw down. Does not get him in time. Good thing the backup was there as the ball got away, but that's all right harmlessly as Sandoval stays on second base, but a stolen base nonetheless. All right, so the Dragons have got a runner in scoring position with no outs. And now, all of a sudden, Joe Harwood finds himself with an RBI opportunity. The count of 1-2. Zadrowski looks in. And let's see, they're talk about this. There we go. They know what they want. All right, he goes into a stretch. Oh, timeout called. Looks like Harwood wants to take a second to catch his breath on the outside of the batter's box, which the umpire granted to him. All right, we're back to play now here. And that does happen occasionally in baseball. You know, you step outside, you take a little breather, all part of the game. But anyways, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. All right. So there is Owen Zdrowski's first strikeout of the game. Couldn't have come at a better time as the Dragons have a runner on second base.
Number 18 from Coker University, Nick Marola.
So Nick Marola, the Dragons' third baseman, comes to bat. He's a right-hander. He's going to be looking to get an RBI here. As Zdrowski looks in, get the signals all together. And there we go. He's into his stretch. Sandoval takes his lead off second base. He's already got one stolen base this inning, so boy, he was taking a rather large lead there, too. So he might be thinking about going again. We'll see. As Marola settles in, Zdrowski looks in. No check on the runner. Over to the right side. Valdez makes the play on the ground ball. He throws him out at first base, but Sandoval advances on the ground ball to put him on third base with 2 outs.
Catcher number 14 from Stevenson University, Noah Jolie.
All right, so now what are we going to do here, Dogs? You going to get out of this inning or what? And they're going to go to the mound and talk about things for a little bit. Make sure you got those signals all together because you don't want to have any cross signals with a runner on third base. That's for sure. All right, so now we're back. All right, we're ready to play some baseball here. 2 outs, runner on third. And strike one right down the middle. Nice pitch. All right. Let's see if he can get out of this inning here. And that is fouled off to the right side. That's probably going to end up in the tennis ball courts. Basketball courts, tennis courts, whatever you want to call them. All right. Noah Jolly, their catcher, finds himself with an 0-2 count with 2 outs. So let's see what happens here. They look in. They get ready. He's into the stretch. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And another foul ball. Another souvenir for the kids over there. All right. Runner on third base for the Dragons. 2 outs. They lead 2-1 in the top of the 8th. And here's the pitch. Ooh, a little breaking ball. And they punch him out on the check swing. There's a little bit of a debate there for a second, but the second base umpire says, no, you went around. You are struck out, and that is it for the threat. So, despite having a runner on third, the Dragons cannot score any runs in the top of the 8th. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the Dragons leading 2-1. Your Dogs will be coming to bat.
At Price Chopper and Market 32, we want to help you shop smart to get the best quality and value for you and your family. That's why we created
More ways to save.
Just Use Your Advantage card to save your way with weekly specials, price chops, lowdowns, stock-up savings, fair to compare, and Advantage rewards. Now that's smart shopping. More ways to save at Price Chopper and Market 32.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gem shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime.
All right, and we are back here for the bottom of the 8th.
The designated hitter number 17 from Carson New University, Mitchell Valiant.
The designated hitter is leading off for the Dogs here. The Dragons got a new pitcher. It's Patrick Riley. He's a right-hander. He goes to Central Connecticut University, but he hails from about an hour east of here in our state's capital of Albany. So here we go with the Dogs down 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the first pitch and a swing by Valiant, and is that gonna drop in? It does, into left field for a base hit. Leadoff signal, that's what they wanted right there. Get a runner on base right away.
Now batting the first baseman, number 35 from Quinnipiac University, Sebastian Muller.
And Sebastian Muller, the big guy, now comes to the plate. He's the Dogs' first baseman. And let's see if we can get something going here. 1 pitch, 1 base hit. That's a start you want right there. Oh, we're going to have a pinch runner, it looks like. All right.
Pinch running from Fairfield University is Nick Storino.
All right, so Nick Storino is coming in to run. Mitch Valiant. I'll tell you, the Dogs apparently want to get a little bit more speed out on those base paths. They want to get that tying run. So let's see if it pays off. But in the meantime, like I said, Sebastian Muller, the first baseman's coming to the plate. You got to wonder here now what's going to happen. Are the Dogs going to start stealing a little bit? What's going to happen? All right, 2-1, bottom of the 8th. No outs, runner on first. Yeah, we're doing a little consulting around the infield here. The Dragons talking about what they want to do. Which, that's always a good idea to make sure everybody's on the same page. But anyways, Riley looks over at first base. He knows he's got a different runner over there now, so he's got to be careful with him. But here's the pitch. The bunt is down, and he pulls back. The pitch is high. Ball 1. All right, that was a good job pulling back on that because that was a rising fastball. So, all right, the count 1-0. Runner on first base with no outs. The Dogs down 1. Let's see what they can do. Here's the pitch. Bunts on again. Oh, that's a beauty. Down the first. It's going to roll foul, though. I tell you, if he could have just tucked that one inside the first base line, that would have for sure got Stern down to second base. So, all right, but it didn't. It rolled foul, so we got a count of 1-1 with no outs. All right, checks over the runner. And he looks in, bunts back on. Well, they're bound and determined to get that bunt pulled off, and there was a beautiful bunt by Sebastian Muller to get him down to second base. And now the Dogs have got a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Now batting for the DiamondDawgs, the third baseman.
And the third baseman, Sam Miller, is coming up to the plate. All right.
Miller.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. Sam's from Columbia University. Incidentally, the same university that Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse, the New York Yankees went to. So, pretty good name to have there. Anyways, Riley looks in. He's got a runner dancing off second base. Are they going to check him? No, they're not. And he swings away, and that is going to go foul. All right, so let's see what the Dogs can do here. We got a count of 0-1 with 1 out. Runner on second base. The best thing about him being down on second base now, too, is it takes the force play away. So that's always a plus. Riley looks in there. Conferring with yes, no. What pitch do we want? There's the pitch we want. And here's the pitch. And it was not the pitch they wanted after all because he missed. Ball 2. So we got let's count of 1-1. I'm sorry. I get ahead of myself with that scoreboard, So that's folks, this is my first time ever doing this too, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But that pitch is in the dirt, and the runner goes to third. Oh, he's coming home. Has it got away? Oh no, he's gonna go back. Are we gonna have a pickle? No. Jolly dropped the ball, perfect for the Dogs because that could have been problems. But you know what? It turned out okay. All right. So after all of that, the Dogs have now got a runner on third base. As Nick Storino almost got into a rundown, but he didn't. He got himself out of it when the catcher, Noah Jolly, dropped the ball. So, hey, it was a break for the Dogs, and they'll take it every single time. All right, so with 1 out now, let's see what we can do. The Dogs fans here, they want a base hit out of Sam Miller. They want to get this game tied. You start hearing them getting a little restless over there along the first base side. So here's the pitch, and it's high and tight. Ball 3, 3-1. All right, so the Dogs can get a semi-rally going on here. Let's see what we can do. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. Oh, Riley plays it, tosses over to first base. Storino's forced to hold at third base, and they got 2 outs now. Let's bounce back. All right. Well, it's now up to Justin Hackett, who patrols shortstop for your DiamondDawgs. It's up to him to keep this going. And, you know, we got faith that he can. So let's see what happens here. All right. As Riley looks in, they got their signal down. Here's the pitch. And the ump says that caught the plate. So we got a strike one. Kind of 0-1 with 2 outs. Runner on third. Dawgs down 1 run. They're down 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Goes into his stretch. Here's the windup and here's the pitch. Not that time. The ump says that's low and away. Ball 1. All right, so we got to count on 1-1 here with 2 outs. The score 2-1. Like I said, the Dawgs faithful is getting a little restless. They want to see a run. That's outside, 2-1. All right, so that's got to make them happy over there anyways. You can hear them stomping their feet on the bleachers. You can't quite see them from this vantage point, but boy, you can hear them with those aluminum bleachers. And I tell you, when they all get going in unison like that, it sounds like a herd of elephants coming through. So here we go. Here's the pitch. Umpire says, no, sir, you did not hit the strike zone. That's ball 3, 3-1, 2 outs. Runner on third for the Dawgs. They need a run. As Riley takes a little walk around the mound, collect his bearings, he looks into his catcher. They're getting their signals together. They got it. He goes into a stretch. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball. Foul ball. All right, so we got a full count here. 2 outs. Runner on third. Dawgs down run. Dawgs down 1 run. You want drama, folks? We got drama. So let's see if Justin Hacking can deliver here. As he takes a step outside the batter's box, everybody kind of takes a deep breath before we get on to this next pitch, which will be here momentarily. And here's the windup. Here is the pitch. And it caught the outside corner. Umpire punches him out. It's a called strike 3. Inning is over. So, despite having a runner on third, the Dawgs just cannot push the run across. We will head to the top of the 9th with the Glens Falls Dragons leading 2-1 over the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs. We'll be right back.
Trevor Dutra.
All right, we're back. We're back to the top of the 9th here. And Trevor Dutra is taking his at bat here for the Dragons as they lead 2-1 in the top of the 9th. Owen Zdrowski is still in the game. Had a pretty good inning last inning. Let's see if he can continue that as he looks in. And wind up, here's the pitch. First swing, and that's drifting towards foul territory. Somebody careful. And that falls harmlessly foul. Strike 1. Well, you got to be careful over in that area because you got the light poles that are actually right in the field of play here at Vets Park. So, fortunately, they got a protective barrier around the bottom, but still, I can't imagine that would feel too good running into one of those. All right, so we got a count of 0-1 here with no outs, nobody aboard in the top of the 9th, with the Dragons leading 2-1. As Zdrowski looks in, they get their signals together. No, he doesn't want that one. He wants that one, though. Goes into his stretch. Into his windup. Here's the pitch. And no, he missed. That's a ball. Ball 1. All right, so we got a count of 1-1 here. The Dragons are going to be looking to add an insurance run if they can. And, of course, the Dawgs do not want that to happen. And here's the pitch. Fouled back right below us once again. like I said, that's a strike 2. And, you know, folks, we have this camera that's right in front of us. And, you know, our producer, Dave Warner, is right behind us. And I tell you, I can just see him going crazy if that ball ever gets close enough to that camera to knock it out. But anyways, here comes the pitch. And it's a called strike 3 right on the corner. Dave's got to be happy about that behind us. Anyways, that's 1 out. That was a nice pitch by Zadrowski.
Now batting the shortstop number 9 from the College of Holy Cross, Alex Sandell.
And the shortstop, Alex Sandell, comes up to bat for the Dragons. 1 out, no runners aboard. Score is 2-1 Glens Falls. We're in the top of the 9th. And the right-hander digs in. As Zadrowski gets his signals. There we go. He's into his stretch. Into the windup. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just outside. Just missed there. All right. Ball 1. You know, we're talking about that camera again now, too. That's got a 1-0 count with 1 out, no runners aboard. Here's the pitch. That one's on the corner. That's what you want to see if you're a Dawgs fan. All right, you got a count of 1-1. 1 out, score 2-1. And looks in, gets into his windup. Here comes the pitch. And he swings. Oh, geez, almost. Almost. Sam Miller had a line drive right above his head. Almost got it. But, boy, I tell you, it bounced off his glove, which means Sandell's going to get first base. But it was a nice try by Miller. That was a hot shot, folks. That's why they call third base the hot corner, because you're going to see hits like that. And I tell you, nice try by Sammy Miller. But nonetheless, there's a runner on first for Glens Falls with 1 out. And who do we got coming up? Oh, the leadoff hitter, Eric Marino. And check order first base, no go.
Number 3, Eric Marino.
All right, so. Oh, and here we go. We're going to have a little conference at the pitcher's mound here as the Dawgs want to talk things over. You know, I tell you, I never made it past Babe Ruth, to be honest with you. You know, and we never really had conferences like this and at that level. And I always kind of wondered what goes on in there. Why we got all the guys out there. It's interesting. You know, it's a good thing to have everybody on the same page, like I said. So I'm sure that's what they're talking about. What you want to do, you know, it's interesting. I always thought it'd be fun if you had one of the mics, players mic'd up for one of these, and you could play it afterwards just to see what they're talking about. But anyways, I'm over here just talking to Phil Tymas. They break up the conference. Huckman and Zadrowski talking things over a little bit. There we go. We're getting ready to play ball as the sun has just about gone down here at Vets Field. The lights are on, lit up in this beautiful ballpark we got here in the Mohawk Valley. With the score 2-1, the top of the 9th. 1 out, runner on first base. Marino waits for the pitch. Here's the windup and the pitch. He showed bunt, but he pulled back as the pitch was low. Ball 1, so that could be what Glens Falls has in mind. Get that runner over to second base. So let's see what happens. If it was just a bluff or what's going on. He peeks over his shoulder, seeing it's not too big of a lead he's got over there, so it's not too awful bad. Oh, but he's stealing. He's going. Here's the, Huckman holds up. Did not want to throw it away. Probably a smart move there because you don't want to turn something bad into something even worse. Nonetheless, Sandell is on second base after stealing, so that takes away the double play. And I'm sure you're probably not going to see a bunt out of here from Marino now. With 1 out, Glens Falls has a runner on second base with a 1-run lead. Takes a look over second base, but there's nobody covering, so here's the pitch. And he got the outside corner. Got the outside corner. That's a 1-2 count. Boy, I tell you, if you're a Dawgs fan, you want to see a strikeout here because it couldn't come at a better time. You got a count of 1-2 with 1 out, runner on second base. Here's the pitch, and fouled away. Just to the left of us, off the cage. All right, so we're right back to where we started, 1-2, 1 out, runner on second base. With the Dragons leading 2-1 in the top of the 9th. He looks in, he gets his signal. Yeah, he knows what he wants to throw. There you go. Goes into the stretch. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about checking him. No, he's going to pitch instead and missed high and outside. All right, so you got a count of 2-2 now. That runner dancing around to second base, you know, that's, if you're actually out there on the field, it takes a tremendous amount of concentration to not only pay attention to what's going on at the plate, but to watch that runner as well. And now that lead is getting bigger and bigger from Sandell. So you got to wonder if he's thinking about taking third as well. That pitch is outside as well. We're going to a full count now. Well, a little confusion here. I was going off the scoreboard. Apparently that was ball 4, so okay. All right, no, that's all right. You know, hey, listen. We're going to have another conference here at the mound. But you know the silver lining on that, with that walk, it now creates a force play at third, second, or first. So if you can get a ground ball to the infield, the Dawgs can get out of this with a double play. And I'm sure that's probably what they're talking about out there at the mound right now. Are we got a pitching change? Is that what's... All right, we're going to... Who? All right, so that's what they're talking about. We got a pitching change here for the Dawgs. It's Don Percelli. He's a right-hander. He's coming in. He goes to Hudson Valley. He's a freshman there. So he's going to get some warm-up pitches here. And in the meantime, everybody's going to get a little bit of a breather here. So, you know, and I'll tell you, I was just saying that, you know, I never made it past Babe Ruth, but I did get to play at this park once. And I'll tell you, this is just a beautiful park. It really is. The City of Little Falls does a tremendous job of maintaining it, and it's really, truly, to me, one of the jewels of New York State. Especially when you're a small-town kid who's never played under the lights like I finally got to play here in 8th grade, and playing under those lights was a real different experience, let me tell you. I was a second baseman, and that first pop fly really screwed me up because I looked right directly into the lights after they told me not to do it. And, yeah, suffice to say, I didn't make the catch. But, anyways, another story for another time. As Percelli makes his warm-ups here. He's got a little bit different of a delivery there. I like that. He's got that high shoulder delivery, which has got to be a little bit different for a batter to try to track that. So we'll see what he can do. But like I was saying, with the runners on first and second now, it actually presents an opportunity for the Dawgs. Like I said, a double play gets them out of this inning. So what you really want to keep that ball low if you possibly can, and get that grounder into the infield and get themselves the heck out of this and see what they can do in the bottom of the ninth. The last game I was at here was last Thursday night, and the Dawgs actually came back and tied it in the bottom of the ninth against the Utica Blue Sox, and they won it in the 10th. So, as Yogi Berra once said, it ain't over till it's over. So, we'll see what happens here. But with that said, we are ready to go, as it looks like Percelli is done warming up. And now here we go. The table's set. Oh, they show bunt. And he got a strike out of that. Nice pitch. Nice pitch. As Corey Listing, it looks like, is up to the plate now for the Dragons. He showed bunt, pulled it back, and he took a strike. 0-1, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Checks the runner. Oh, it's a double steal. Oh, he swung away and fouled it off. The Dragons were playing aggressive. They had a double steal going, but as we all know in baseball, a foul ball will spoil that every single time, which is exactly what happened. We got an 0-2 count with 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. All right, so Percelli got himself a pitcher's count. Now let's see if he can finish it. And let's see if those Dragons try that double steal again. Like they want to breathe some fire on the base paths, it looks like. Oh, just missed on the outside. Just missed by a whisker. He did nonetheless, and it's a count of 1-2. But he's already looking in for that signal. He wants to get to work. This guy doesn't want to screw around, so he's ready to deliver that pitch. He's in his stretch. Here's the windup, the pitch, and it's a foul ball off into the basketball courts. Watch out, kids. Here it comes. All right. Another souvenir. All right. So, like I said, Keep it in mind. And actually, you know what? That's probably why they were trying that double steal earlier. They want to get out of that double play situation. So it makes perfect sense on their part. But if you're the Dogs, you still want to get that ball down, and you want to get out of this inning, which, with a count of 1-2 and 1 out, a strikeout here would do them a world of good. Now let's see what Percelli can do. As Listing waits for the pitch, he looks in, they got the signal. Mr. Boy's dancing around out there at second base, but here's the pitch. Ooh, little breaking pitch, just held outside. Could not get the corner. So now you got a count of 2-2. With 1 out in the top of the ninth, with the score 2-1 Glens Falls. They're threatening, though. They got runners on first and second. And I'll tell you, they're being really generous with their leads out there, too. Here's the pitch. Oh, my goodness. Goodness. I thought that was there, but it was not. According to the home plate umpire, he said, nope, it was a little bit outside. So we go to a full count with 1 out now. So let's see what happens here. Tell you, folks, this is what baseball is all about. This is why it's so exciting. And that is popped up and out of play. Another souvenir. Well, I'll tell you, regardless of what happens, the kids are going to end up liking Corey Liston because he's certainly given them a lot of souvenirs over there in the top of the ninth inning. So he might end up a fan favorite here, even though he plays for Glens Falls. All right. Full count, 1 out. Runners on first and second, 2-1 lead for Glens Falls, top of the ninth. Checks the runner who's got a huge lead right now. Right back up the middle. Let's see if they can get 2 out of this. Touches second base, over. Oh, we got a little bit of controversy here as the second base umpire says that the runner at second was actually safe. Wow. They're calling him safe. I'm wondering if they're saying he pulled his foot or whatever, but they could not get him at first base either as the throw was late. So now, after all of that, when it looked like the Dogs are going to maybe get out of it, instead we're dealing with a bases loaded situation with 1 out. Dilio Cespedes is up. He's a left-handed hitter. He's the right fielder. The table's set for him. Pacelli's got his work cut out for him. Let's see what he can do. Oh, boy, dancing down that third baseline. Man, oh, man. And that pitch missed high. So we got a count of 2-0 with 1 out. And I'll tell you, with the Dragons haven't had many runners aboard tonight, but in this ninth inning, they are really aggressive on those base paths. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, look at this. The second baseman, oh, boy. He turned on it, but that's going to go foul for strike 1. But I tell you, I'm watching these base runners. The third base runner was almost a quarter of the way down the baseline. The second base runner was almost out towards the shortstop. So, like I said, they want to get moving, it looks like here. But again, now you got forces at all plate, home plate and all bases. So if you can get a double play, you can get out of this. Let's see what happens. And there's, right through the right field, into the right field. Oh, boy. Yep, and that's a 2-run knock. Oh, that's a base hit for Cespedes. Oh, boy, that's 2 runs scored for the Dragons, and they take a 4-1 lead.
Number 29 from Colby College, Ryan Grace.
So Ryan Grace comes to the plate now with runners on first and third with 1 out, and now the Dragons have a 4-1 lead. So that was one of those what they call a C&I single. It got past the first baseman, second baseman, and rolled into right field. So it did the job, nonetheless. But you still got forces at second and at first, so you can get a double play and get out of this inning. So let's see what happens. Here's a little bit inside. It got past Heckelman, and here he comes in. Oh, yeah, Listings, he's going to score. There he is on the pass ball. Well, don't know if they're going to rule that a pass ball or a wild pitch yet, but nonetheless, the runner from third base scores, and the Dragons' lead extends to 4 now, as they're now up 5-1. Cespedes advanced to second base on the pass ball or the wild pitch, whatever it's ruled. And with still 1 out, there's now no forces available for the Dogs. All right, so Charlie looks in. They get the signal. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch, and that's a little bit inside and low, too. He's throwing some gas, but he missed with that pitch. Count of 2-0. Cespedes takes his lead off second base. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized lead, too. Oh, and Grace makes contact. That's a little flare out behind the shortstop. Perfect. All right, well, that's what the Dogs needed. That is what they needed, as Justin Hackett makes the catch right behind second base to get him their second out of the inning. And Cespedes is forced to stay at second base. So Johan Sandoval, their second baseman, is up to the plate now for the Dragons. With Cespedes at second base and 2 outs, with the Dragons now having a 5-1 lead in the top of the ninth. Percelli looks in, gives into a stretch. Here's the pitch. Outside. All right, so the count is 1-0. 1-0 to Sandoval. As the Dragons have exploded for 3 runs here so far in the top of the ninth. Oh, check swing, foul ball. It was coming in a little high and tight, and he got the check swing, and it made contact off into the Dogs dugout. First strike one. We have a count of 1-1 with 2 outs. Percelli takes a little walk around the mound, catches breath for a second, get his bearings. Back on the rubber. Cespedes taking a lead. You know, with 2 outs, he'll be going on the crack of the bat no matter what. So here's the pitch. Ooh, a little breaking ball, stayed inside. Could not get it to trail back. So we got a count of 2-1 with 2 outs. And Sandoval awaits the pitch. Percelli takes a look back at Cespedes, but here's the pitch anyways. Whoa! Fouled off just below us. Missed Dave's camera by about 5 feet. So, but I tell you, it's kind of a cool view when that ball comes flying back at you. So, thank goodness we have this fence here, though, because I certainly don't have the reflexes anymore to even think about trying to catch that. So, all right. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at second base. With the Dragons with a 5-1 lead here in the top of the ninth. And Don Percelli trying to get out of this inning. He looks in, he checks Cespedes at second base. Here's the pitch. And strike. That's strike 3. Yeah. So even though it trickled away, well, there you go. Called strike 3. It takes Sandoval, who instead of running, stayed in the box, so it made it easy for Heckelman to tag him out. And that's it. But the Dragons get 3 runs in that inning and now have a total of 5 hits, and they have a 5-1 lead going into the bottom of the ninth. This is going to be the last licks for the Dogs. If they're going to do it, it's now time, and we'll be back after this break.
Little Falls, New York combines the charms of a small town with the conveniences of a much larger city. Of course, you'd expect to find welcoming people, beautiful scenery, family-friendly activities, and plenty to do outdoors. But you might be surprised to find that Little Falls, New York also has an espresso bar, gym shop, art center, French restaurant, antique centers, local hospital, and extensive civic services and amenities. Not to mention homes both beautiful and affordable, nestled in a dramatic natural setting amongst steep hills that descend to the Mohawk River and Erie Canal. Little Falls, New York. It's a great place to spend a few days or a lifetime.
Dogs, their right fielder, number 28, from St. Bonaventure University, Mark Duraski.
We are back for the bottom of the ninth inning here. The Dogs need 4 runs to tie. Mark Duraski, the right fielder, is coming to the plate for the Dogs. Patrick Riley remains in the game as the pitcher for the Dragons. And here we go. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss right off the hop. Strike 1. Well, you got no outs and nobody on board, but they're still alive. Let's see what the Dogs can do here in the bottom of the ninth. Ooh, takes a pitch, and it says at the knees over the plate, strike 2. So you got a count of 0-2 now. And Duraski's going to have to protect that plate. As Riley looks in, gets a signal. Goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, and trickles away off the backstop. Ball 1. All right, folks, so 5-1, bottom of the 9th, no outs. The count of 1 and 2, and Mark Duraski looking to get on board for the Dogs, get something started here. He waits the pitch, and Riley delivers. And, whoa, he turned on it. It's drifting foul, though. Drifting foul. Ooh, boy, that was a heck of an effort out there. I don't think he got it, though. Nope. So, well, I tell you, that was a lot of hustle there by the left fielder, Michael Maloka. I'll tell you, that was, he didn't give up on it. Give him credit for that. That's for sure. But nonetheless, he did not make the catch, so the count remains 1 and 2, no outs. Bottom of the 9th inning, 5-1 Glens Falls. And there we go, some Dr. Feelgood from Molly Crew coming over the PA. Now that'll get everybody fired up. All right, here's the pitch. Woohoo, just high. He missed. A little off-speed stuff for a count of 2 and 2. No outs, no runners aboard, bottom of the 9th. And here's the pitch. Just outside. He missed by a whisker. So the count goes full. Here we go. The Dogs can get a runner aboard here with no outs. Get something started. Try to chip away that 4-run deficit. Riley into a stretch. Here's the pitch. High and tight. Ball 4. And Duraski shows a lot of patience and does a nice job drawing that walk. All right. So the runners again. All right, so we got a conference at the mound now for the Dragons. They want to make sure nothing goes haywire for them. But the Dogs have got life, folks. They got a runner at first base with no outs, down 4 here in the bottom of the 9th. And Brady Shannon's going to be coming into the game to pinch hit. He will be taking Brian Heckelman's spot. Everybody's taking a deep breath here, thinking about what they're going to do. I'm sure Coach Freno's down there talking to Duraski saying, hey, listen, you get a chance to go, because we need some runs, but be smart about it. And I'll tell you, Coach Freno's a heck of a coach. So
number 33 from the University of Central Florida, Brady Shannon.
Brady Shannon from the University of Central Florida. Well, I tell you, that's the nice thing about this league, too. You get players from all over the place. It's really cool that they all come up here in the upstate New York and spend their summers with us, playing some great baseball. But nonetheless, here we go. We're back to the action now. Riley digs in. He delivers a pitch. Strike 1. As Shannon was taken all the way. All right. We got a count of 0-1. No outs. Runner on first base. Here's the pitch. Going away. Ball 1. All right, so you got a count of 1-1 with no outs. Dogs down 4 in the bottom of the 9th. This is sink or swim time here, but they're still going. So let's see. Brady Shannon waits the pitch. That's a strike. Strike 2. Count of 1-2. Called strike. So with a count of 1-2, he's going to have to protect that plate now. Going to have to protect. Can't take anything close. As Riley looks in, winds up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for the first out of the bottom of the 9th. That was that little off-speed curve there that he had. And that, I tell you, those are the kind of pitches that can handcuff you every single time. And now Chance Cheka is coming into the game. And Chance goes to school right up the road here at Herkimer College, about 6 miles to the west. So, local guy. Let's see what he can do. And that pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. So you got 1 out. You got a runner at first base. Got to get something going here. Just got to keep it moving. That's all you got to do. Get runners aboard and anything can happen. And he fouls that one back over our little press box here. And again, like I said, probably end up in Burwell Street somewhere. So, with that said, we got a count of 1-1 with 1 out. Runner on first base. Dogs need 4 here in the bottom of the 9th. Riley takes a look over there. I don't think he's going to throw over, though. He's going to deliver that pitch. And a little off-speed pitch, missed high. So we got a count of 2-1. Count of 2-1 here for Chance Cheka as he tries to keep the Dogs alive in the bottom of the 9th inning. A fastball, high and tight, 3-1. All right, so Riley's going to have to deliver a strike here if he wants to get Cheka out. Going to have to put it in there because with 3 balls, you know, a walk's as good as a hit in this situation. You just want runners aboard. That's all you need. Get those runners aboard and give you the chance to get the run. And he loops that one into right field. Is that going to drift foul? I can't quite see. They make the catch. It was out of our, I believe he did. It was out of our line of sight here, but he did. All right. Adelia Cespedes makes the catch in right field. And that is 2 outs. So that's it. Owen Pinsent is the Dogs' last hope here in the bottom of the 9th inning. They need 4. Still got that runner on first base. You know, you're still alive, but I'll tell you, there's no room for error anymore. Got to keep the train moving if they want to come away with a victory here. And, Riley was conferring there with the second base umpire about something. I'm not sure what that was all about. But anyways, we're back to playing baseball here. He takes the pitch, and here's the pitch. Oh, the ball gets away, though. Ball gets away from Jolly. All right, so there you go. So now we got a runner on second as Dorosky gets on to second base. All right. Well, hey, listen, you got to get 1 to get 2 to get 3, right? So you got a runner on second base. Keep that train moving, and that's all you can do at this point. Don't force things. Don't rush things. Take what they give you. So let's see what happens here with a 1-0 count with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Oh, and Riley wants to take a second here. There we go. He's back on the rubber. Just a brief little break. He's going to go into his windup now. And he missed low. Missed low, so that's a 2-0 count. All right, like I said, in this particular situation, of course, any situation really in baseball, a walk is just as good as a hit. You get on base, and that's what counts. That's what you need to score those runs. So let's see what happens here. That's a strike on the outside corner for a 2-1 count with 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Dogs need 4. They got a runner on second base. And I can guarantee you that the Dragons are not even going to be concerned with him. They're not going to throw the ball over there or anything. He's working fast, too. Riley delivers again, but he missed low. And that's a 3-1 count now. So there we go. 3-1, 2 outs, 5-1, Glens Falls. Again, if he can get on board, that's all you can hope for. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. That gets away from the catcher. So there we go. We got a runner on first. And then Dorosky advances to third base. So runners on the corners.
University of South Florida, Jaden Ross.
Jaden Ross comes to the plate. And I'll tell you, there's still hope, folks. There is still hope. You got Penenton down on first base. You got Dorosky down on third. 2 outs, yes. But you know what? Keep going. Just keep going. Make them make the play. So here's the pitch from Riley, and a first pitch swing. Is that going to fall in? Is that going to fall in? No, it's not. It is not. The center fielder, Eric Marino, is on it, and that is ball game as he makes the catch. Well, folks, despite a strong effort from pitcher Colin Ruddy, the Dogs fall tonight 5-1 to the Glens Falls Dragons. Glens Falls had 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The Dogs had 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. So that is all for us from Veterans Memorial Park here in Little Falls. As we thank you for watching and listening, and we will see you next time on the Mohawk Valley DiamondDawgs Network.
We're out on the field and we're ready to play. We're all suited up, we got a game today. We're gonna play fast and we're gonna play hard, gonna knock that ball right out of the yard. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs! We got a guy on third and nobody out. It's time to stand up, yes, it's time to shout. We're playing some ball and we're having some fun. Come on, boys, let's score that run. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs! Field and we're ready to play. We're all suited up, we got a game today. We're gonna play fast and we're gonna play hard. Gonna knock that ball right out of the yard. So don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs! 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 Don't just sit there like a bump on a log. Let me hear you holler now. Let's go, Dogs!